Okay, pardon me for talking fast. There's a lot of photos I want to get through here. Uh, I started taking photos when I was up on the landing, and I wanted to get a shot of the shower because I'm so pleased with it. This is another shot of the shower, and this is another shot of the shower from down below. You can see the fuchsia next to it and here's the fuchsia next to the shower. It's turned into a beautiful tunnel that I have to walk through to get to the shower. From the same location, I took this shot. This is the corner of the garden where the giant woodwardia fern is growing, and you can see to the left of that the giant philodendron. Here's the giant philodendron and the giant woodwardia fern. Here's the giant woodwardia fern with the two baskets of mulch. Here's the giant woodwardia with, you can see the sword fern growing through the leaves of the woodwardia. This is from the same location, but what I wanted to show here, partially in the shade and partially in the sun, is what was the mulch pile. So the soil is really rich, and it was loaded with seeds of amaranthus, and they just went crazy. And I had to do some thinning, but they're going to be the healthiest and most robust of the whole season. So I'm really pleased with these. This shows the same mulch pile with the amaranthus, but right next to it with the silver blue leaves is a plant called echium. You might recognize it because it grows well along the coast and has these beautiful purple spikes. This is the same plant with the beautiful purple spikes called echium, and you can see just to the right of it one of my special plants. Here's a close-up of one of my special plants. It's about 1.5 feet high. Here's another close-up of it, but beyond it you can see they grow this plant in Hawaii for taro root, but it's called a colocasia, and it's one of my prized plants in the whole garden. And the little spike to the right of that is a Asian lily. Here is the most robust clematis I have ever seen, and to the right of that you can see some more echium with the silver colored leaves, and the stalks with the dark green leaves to that is the other special plant that I'm growing. Here to the right of center is a dahlia. I wanted to cut it way back because it was providing too much shade for the special plant. Here's an example of what my garden looks like. The amaranthus are just doing incredibly well, and there's a brugmansia growing amongst them. Here's, you can see in the center is the dahlia that I cut way back because of the shade, and behind that and above it is the special plant I'm growing. Here's a closer view of the special plant that I'm growing. I stripped all the leaves and growth about halfway down so that the growth would all be concentrated into the flowers. Here's the echium to the left of that. Up in the left corner is the special plant, and down below the center is a brugmansia, and in and amongst everything is the amaranthus. Okay, here we have a whole lot of weeds that have been thinned out, and so you can see how much better the amaranthus is doing now that it's not being choked out by the leaves. But damn, I can't figure out why I'm losing that calla lily, and I'm so sorry to see it go. Here's calla lily that's doing well to the right of it, but I'm losing two of them. I guess maybe I'm overwatering them. To the right of that is another brugmansia with the wide leaves, but behind that and above are the yellow calla lilies, and to the right of that, the big leaf plant, is another colocasia, or the taro root as they grow it in Hawaii. Here's another example of how well the amaranthus is doing. There's another brugmansia or angel's trumpet tree growing amongst it. Here's the third of the three echium I have growing in the upper right hand corner. Below that is a baby giant leafed fern What you can barely tell left of center is what would look like an azalea, but it's actually a rhododendron. The leaves look like an azalea, but it's an actual rhododendron. Behind that, with the dark green, blue, silver leaves, is rosemary. This is the second of the clematis. To the right of that is the dark green rosemary. You can see to the left in the center, left on the in the middle is the other colocasia or taro root plant. Here we have two rhododendrons. The one on the left is a rare variety. To the right in the silver blue leaves is the echium. Here we have the cherry tree. To the right of the cherry tree is what's called allspice. Below that, with the silver blue leaves, is the echium. Echium again to the right, clematis to the far left, etc., etc. Here's a close-up of the echium with a silhouette of foxglove growing into the sidewalk. Here I'm standing in the parking space. You can see the cherry tree, and below that is the allspice. Here's a close-up of a flower of the allspice. This is the second yellow calla lily that I have growing. This is the artichoke, and it's doing okay, but not nearly as well as it did in previous years, and I don't know why. There's the artichoke again, strawberries that I can't eat, and to the far right is pineapple sage with Brugmansia trying to struggle. Taken from the parking spot is a distant view of the garden with some azaleas growing next to the house. Here's the close-up of the other fuchsia I have growing. Here's another view from a different perspective of the same garden that you've seen. This is the same garden with a different perspective. This is a tree fern I have growing. This is the hot tub in the far background with the screen you can see, and the lush, beautiful wandering Jew below the stairs. This is the wandering Jew below the stairs. This is the hot tub with the screen. This is up above with the garden down below. This is up above with the garden down below. This is up above with the garden down below. And the final picture of the corner up above, down below. And that is my garden. Thank you very much.